Welcome to the Selecting the Right Staff learning event. This professional development for managers learning event is designed to give new and future managers the Navy-specific knowledge and skills of recruiting and hiring new employees. This course focuses on the hiring process beginning with the initial request to create a new or fill a current position to the first day of onboarding. As a manager, having the right people in the right positions is key to reaching your goals, but that's easier said than done. Even the most experienced manager will find it difficult to make the right selection 100% of the time. You've made your selection for who you believe will be your star performer, so you hand over the keys, but once into that position, your new employee is struggling to succeed. And when your turnover rates have you busy plugging in staff to keep your operation running, you just can't get ahead. What's that costing you, besides a headache? Replacing an employee costs about 1/5 of that person's salary. That can add up fast, so can the extra hours you're working to fill in the holes. Instead of spending money to start over, what if more time was invested in selecting the right staff to begin with? If the right people are hired for the right job, what does that do for your team's stress level and yours? Let's focus on you for a moment. What do you want to achieve most from taking this course? How do you see yourself applying the knowledge and skills you learned in this learning event to your current position or career goals? The first step to reaching any destination is having a map. Imagine that instead of figuring it out on your own, you are shown a clear path towards selecting and hiring productive employees that will get your organization where you want to go. Today, we begin to make that a reality with the FFR Selecting the Right Staff learning event. This course will provide you with an opportunity to obtain the skills and knowledge to contribute to the selection of successful FFR employees now and in the future. With more effective, engaged employees and a strong pipeline of leaders, our people, our customers, and our bottom line all benefit. Your boots-on-the-ground experience with the positions you supervise is the crucial information we need to map our future. So now we are handing the keys to you. Grab your stuff and let's get going. This professional development for managers learning event is designed to give new and future managers the Navy-specific knowledge and skills of recruiting and hiring new employees. This course focuses on the hiring process beginning with the initial request to create a new or fill a current position to the first day of onboarding. You are dealing with human beings, and so often they are just that, human. Meaning some bend the truth, some would never think to tell a lie, and others, like the song suggests, simply accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. As a new or future manager, you will have to weed through it all and do your best to select the right staff for the jobs under your supervision. This learning event will provide you with the opportunities and tools to sharpen your skills to increase your chances of hiring that star employee. Selecting the right personnel to fill the need of the organization remains a bit of an art, even under the best circumstances. Even with the best resources and experiences, it's impossible to make the right selections 100% of the time. To make the hiring process more easily to understand, we have broken the process into 8 steps. We begin with step 1, fill a need. This is where the process begins, when an event triggers a change requiring you to consider your staffing options. This may include events such as adding staff to support an increase in business, replacing a position after an employee has resigned or been terminated. With step 2, we'll discuss the position description. Writing a job description, also referred to as a position description, is the first step in the hiring process towards selecting the right staff. The job or position description defines the behaviors, skills, and qualities required for that role's performance in order to add value to the organization. In Step 3, we will cover personnel actions. A manager may initiate a Request for Personnel Action Form SF52 to establish and hire a new position, which is the process we will explain in this learning event. This form includes the need for a job, a position description, and a salary range. During this learning event, you will learn how to fill out an SF52 accurately to establish and recruit a position. Step 4 covers the crediting plan. This is a newer step to the hiring process. The crediting plan reduces the number of unqualified candidates earlier in the process by requiring candidates to complete a self-assessment questionnaire. The scoring results will rank applicants by experience, allowing HR to pull the most qualified resumes. Then we will move on to Step 5, preparing for the interview. Your NAF Personnel Office, or HRO, will screen applicants to determine which ones meet the minimum qualifications according to the NAF Personnel Office, or HRO screening rating plan. This plan has scoring factors that the HRO determines from the PD and the vacancy announcement that they will use to rank applications. These factors are usually based on necessary knowledge, skill, experience, and personnel characteristics. Following the screening process, the NAF Personnel Office and HRO places the applicants or resumes in the certification package for your review and assessment. Upon receipt of the assessment package, carefully examine each application or resume. Confirm you agree there is strong alignment between the applicant's knowledge, skills, and abilities and personal characteristics requirements listed in their applications or resumes and those specified in the PD and the job announcement. Afterwards, determine what interview methods you will use throughout the process of interviewing candidates. In Step 6, we'll cover the do's and don'ts of interviewing. Regardless of the interview method you choose, it is equally important to ask the right questions in the right way to get the answers you need to make a good decision. Ensure your interview methods, processes, and questions are legal, and that your evaluation form is aligned with your questions. Your NAF Personnel Office, or HRO, will assist you to ensure your questions meet the EEO and Americans with Disabilities Act requirements and guidelines, are open-ended to solicit information about applicants' experience with similar programs, customer service, teamwork behaviors, as well as the technical skills and knowledge requirements for the position, and that you review with your immediate supervisor and or NAF Personnel Office or HR per local policy. Conducting the interview is covered in Step 7. There are a variety of interview types, but the NAF Personnel Office recommends a technique called behavioral interviewing. While conducting the interview, you will use an evaluation form aligned with your interview questions to score the responses of a job candidate. Step 8 will cover making the selection. Following the interview, compile scores from each interview and submit to the NAF Personnel Office or HR along with a ranked list of applicants and the name of the applicant recommended for hire. It is also important to brief the supervisory chain of command on the applicant's rankings. We will take a deeper dive into each of these 8 steps by participating in the 7 sessions outlined in this course throughout a 10-day period. As you begin each session, you will be introduced to the topic with a short video overview, followed by various activities and exercises to practice and apply your new knowledge. Upon completion of the Selecting the Right Staff learning event, learners will be equipped with the knowledge and skills for conducting the first phase of the employee hiring process. As you read through the learning objectives, I would like you to place a check mark by the top 3 learning objectives that are most important to you in the Section 1 of your Learner Guide.
Before beginning Session 1, please take a few minutes to complete the pre-learning event self-assessment. This is to assess your current knowledge and comfort level with each of the learning objectives prior to learning. This is not a test, but rather a method to measure how your knowledge and skills reflect in comparison with the post-assessment results following this course. This is to determine how the course assisted you in meeting the learning objectives.